Hey guys, what is up? It's your boy Sebastian here at Leading Man Attraction. Today I'm with a former client of mine, Leon.
Nice to meet you guys.
Leon basically did a boot camp with me about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer. We're in Manchester right now. We're just taking a little break. We're doing a bit of game. But I wanted to kind of just record this for you guys so you know Leon's experience, how he's getting on. And I think it'll be very inspirational for you guys to just listen from one of my clients about his experience in game, what he's learning from the boot camp, and some of the other things that we've been working on. So we're going to crack on straight to a couple of questions about you, really. So if you just want to let the guys know where you're from, how old you are, and what was your first kind of experience with day game, how you got into it, and yeah, you think about it, like before we got together.
Yeah, so I'm 22. I'm originally from York. At the moment, I'm down this area with work. I moved about quite a lot. But I actually got into day game. It was a while back. I think it was 2017 or 2018. I actually did a few boot camps with Street Traction. Great guys, actually. Shame that they had to go. But did a few things with them, and then COVID sort of messed my game up a little bit. So when I started getting back into it, where I was at the moment, trying to do a little bit of game, I realised that my edge had gone completely. I was faltering at the first hurdle, which was really, really bad for me, because I knew that I could do it. I knew that once I got past that, I knew what to do, I knew what to say. It was just the confidence of making that first step. And after I came and did, I think we did the first one, and
So what I wanted to add to that is, when Leon reached out initially and he told me that he struggles, he's did a bit of game before, and he kind of struggles with like opening up interactions, and the first thing that I noticed on the boot camp was how nervous he was, on his approaches, how low his tonality was. So we had to work on the tonality side of things. We had to work on a structure, opening, logistics. I've now taught him to add time frames. If a girl says, she has 2 minutes, you want to tell her, I got to go in 2 minutes as well, because, my friends are waiting for me, so that she knows, you're not going to stop for like a 15-minute, 20-minute conversation if she is in a rush. And then we kind of went over observations, assumptions, how to get a conversation going. And I would say, for me watching you, at the beginning, he struggled to kind of, wrap his head around the concepts because he was thinking too much. He was in his own head. After that, around midway through the first boot camp, because we did a couple, he really just came out of his own way. And, the conversations were beginning to be longer. Girls were enjoying the conversations more. And he really kind of started to grasp the idea behind it. Just really quickly, what was your experience of that first boot camp?
I think at the very start of it, because obviously I had assumptions, I had things that I wanted to achieve by the end of the boot camp, and sort of let that get to me a little bit. So I was going in, I was trying to make a connection more than actually getting a connection. So it came off very awkward. It was as soon as I'd got, say, 3 or 4 or 5 in, that I'd really, the whole fear factor of it, of this is a random girl that I've never spoken to before, and maybe this and maybe that, left me. It was more fun. It was less about the, I want to get a number and maybe do this, maybe do that. It was more just, I want to talk to this girl. And as soon as I let that vibe sort of take over, it really jived for me. It made me less fearful of it, and it made me think of it more as fun. As soon as I did that, I was playing with it, and it was great.
Exactly, guys. And if you are doing this on your own, and you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself because maybe you see like other guys succeeding on YouTube, not everybody's always going to get the same results because of experience. Coaches tend to have a lot of experience with rejection and approaching and success. They've been through the whole circle of day game, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff. We've experienced it all. But the main thing that I think you guys should take away from what Leon said is the moment that he stopped really trying to get those results and he just focused on meeting the person, which in other words means being present in the moment, the attitude from the girls shifted. you know, and they really started to enjoy his approaches, which is why they lasted longer. And obviously, you know, I would say with you, you're still at the beginner level. You know, you're still kind of trying to get over anxiety. You know, today we actually did his first 2-set, which went pretty well, didn't it? It was good. It was a good approach.
It was a good approach. It was mostly trying to pick myself up for it. That was the hardest part. It was the thought of more girls, more chance of them maybe ganging up on me. And as soon as you get over that, you go over and you're like, it's the same.
Exactly. So, you know, if you've never done a 2-set, as I told Leon before, you know, when he was hesitant, it's the same as a 1-set. You do the same steps. You just have 2 people to focus on now, and it's actually, you know, in a lot of cases simpler because you can talk to the friend, you can tease the girl you're interested in by talking to the friend. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do in 2 sets, so there's nothing to be scared of. You know, the only thing that's stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve and getting better is what's in here. You know, once you get over that, like I said with Leon, first boot camp, until half of the day he was in his head, the interactions were about a minute long, he just couldn't get past that barrier. Once he did, interactions were 3, 4, 5 minutes long. He ended up pulling you ended up pulling a goal, didn't you? Like, you got contact information, yeah? Got a Facebook, you know, and then on the second boot camp, because we did one in Birmingham, you know, from the beginning he had a lot more energy. He was a lot better. You know, he wasn't so much stuck in his own head. He was approaching more girls, and he actually pulled a number. So, you know, you can obviously see that maybe he wasn't getting like crazy results, like 6 or 7 numbers on a second boot camp. You know, these things take time. For some people, you know, it takes you know, a boot camp. For some people, it takes 5 or 6 or 7 sessions, and then consistently doing it. Because we should say, you know, Leon unfortunately can't get consistency because of his work. You know, he's got big commitments during the week, so he can only like game on a Saturday, right? If you can, try and hit the city center for at least like 30 minutes to an hour every couple of days to gain consistency, because without consistency, you know, you're going to have the same problems as you had a week before, you know. So there's another tip: gain consistency. Right, yeah, just in your own words really now, Leon, because you also struggled with text game.
Yeah.
So we did a couple of online sessions, Zoom sessions on text game. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, before we did the text game, it was like a foreign language for me. You start talking, you start thinking that everything's going wrong, everything goes down. It was one of them, it was just through talking online, giving a few examples of what to say, what not to say, how, if they react, how you should react. And it sort of sets a framework in place that you can follow consistently, and it gives you a footing, it makes you more confident, and with that confidence you get a bit more cheeky. The girls kind of like that, or they won't like it and they'll move on. That is what it is, but the fact that you're actually putting yourself out there, you're not giving as much of a fuck. I shouldn't say that because it's on YouTube.
Don't worry, I swear on YouTube as well. Everybody swears on YouTube.
Yeah, just because you're not really caring as much, because you're actually just doing it as a laugh, you get a lot more, like, you do. I know I've had a few girls that have wanted to meet up just through Tinder, but again with work, it's been a bit hard to work.
So after, you know, I'm working on a Tinder manual basically, and Leon, you know, did a couple of sessions on texting with me, and I showed him some of this. I sent it to him, and he used it in his Tinder interactions, because his Tinder interactions were very flat. There was no emotional investments from the girl. They were very friendly, you know, the kind of, you know, the typical stuff where you don't add any fun into the interaction, which is a big no-no in Tinder. So we kind of got the Tinder guidebook, as we call it right now. With that, literally the next day he sent me an interaction that he had with a girl. I'm gonna actually show you guys a screenshot right now so you can see the whole interaction, and you can see how much better his texting is, how much more playful he is, and then at the end of it he gets the girl's number. And you know, if work commitment wasn't what it is, you could easily have seen it the next night. So you know, that's a product I'm going to be releasing later on. I'm still working on all the details. However, you can see that Leon literally in a day got a number very quickly, you know, just a few texts by following the methods in the guidebook. Now, we did a little bit of game today as well. you know, because of the lack of consistency, again, the same problems, I would say, just re-emerged.
Yeah.
You know, with the approach anxiety, with being stuck in his head. So he wasn't able to do as well as he did during the second boot camp, which was literally a week, I think a couple of weeks after the first one, or was it the next weekend?
I think it was 2 or 3 weeks after.
2 or 3 weeks after, right. But he was so much more confident, but because there was this big break now, where he didn't do it, the same problems re-emerged, so consistency is key. Right, is there anything else I wanted to ask you? Just a genuine review. Just imagine I'm not here, I'm not going to be listening, just a review of the boot camp.
It's an absolute twat. No, I mean, it's fun coming out. Obviously, you're going to come out, you're going to feel a little bit, you're going to feel really anxious, really on edge. But just through doing it, like I came down and I had an idea in my head of what was going to happen, completely different. You know, we both sat down, went over what was going to happen, and do some warm-up things to get us working into it, instead of it just being like, go over there and talk to that girl with them 3 guys that are twice your size. You know, it's not something like that. It's always something he believes you can do. And I think the thing that stuck with me was the idea of you can only achieve as much as you want to achieve. If you see a girl, you let her walk past you. You know, you're not pushing yourself out your comfort zone, you won't get much out of the boot camp. But if you actually try, if you trust in it, you believe that it's going to work, and you put your faith in it, it's going to work for you. You know, even if you don't get a number, the fact that you've gone and spoke to a few girls, you've got your confidence up.
Exactly. And at the end of every approach, you come back to me, we talk about it, I give you some more tips. At the beginning, you also get a sheet with a structure. You know what we're going to do during the day, how an approach should look, so you know you're not going in blank. You know, you already got a structure that you can follow, and then also at the end of the boot camp, you get homework, so you can continue, and also you get a review, you know, of what you did well, what you could improve on, and then obviously we stay in touch. You know, I don't just finish the boot camp with you and then okay, thank you, bye, thank you for your time. You know, we don't do that. We stay in touch. Any questions you have, you know, I'm always on call with my clients, you know, former and current clients. So, you know, you're not alone in the process. If you struggle, you can always reach out, and I'll always give feedback. I'll always give a bit of advice. You know, it's always, you know, we're always connected, so to speak.
Definitely something that I like about that. I know when I do the street attraction, the help was there. If I wanted to message them, I could. I think it was more me that sort of pushed me away from that, but with this it's like every now and again I'll drop you a message, just like, how's everything going, have you been doing this, have you been doing that, I'll go over. And it sort of pushes you forward, because it's not just you trying to motivate yourself, it's also him doing his best to help you. You know, you feel like a bit of a cunt if you don't actually do it.
I literally said to Leon, if you don't approach this girl, I think this was the first boot camp, I'm going to kick your ass in or something like that. So yeah, you know, if you want to reach out, guys, reach out at leadingmanattraction@gmail.com. Any questions, we can do a 15-minute quick consultation call. It's not going to cost you anything, and I'm going to give you some tips if you want to work with me. If you know, you can. Obviously, I've got a few clients that I'm, you know, bouncing around all the time because, you know, schedule might be difficult. But just let me know, and I'll fit you in. You know, we'll go out, we'll have some fun. You'll step out of your comfort zone, like Leon did. You know, it takes a lot of balls to do this. You know, not everybody can do this. And then, you know, with consistency and practice. If you do the homework, if you do the exercise that I tell you, you're going to improve. You know, these are tested and tried methods that have took years to practice, and you know, they really, really work. So yeah, drop me a message via email. You can also reach me on Instagram, Sebastian_RJ7. You know, if you want to do Instagram, and yeah, let's get connected. Anyway, thank you very much for your time, Leon. I think you've definitely motivated a lot of guys out there that are going to watch this video. Have you got any last tips for the guys?
Just fucking go for it.
Just fucking go for it, guys.
Stuff like this, man.
Absolutely. Right. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Go out, do some fucking day game, approach some girls, get out of your way, get out of your comfort zone, and you'll see, you know, nothing's gonna, you know, you're not gonna get hit by a meteor, right? So It's only a positive journey if you just get out of your own way and you do it. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.